The Senate on Thursday rejected immigration legislation crafted by centrists in both parties after President TrumpDonald John TrumpTillerson, Russia already looking to interfere in 2018 midterms. Dems pick up deep red legislative seat in Missouri Speier on Trump's desire for military parade. "We have a Napoleon in the making." Moore threatened to veto the bill if it made it to his desk. In a 54-45 vote, the Senate failed to advance the legislation from 8 Republican, 7 Democratic and 1 Independent senators. It needed 60 votes to overcome a procedural hurdle. A few Democrats, including Senators Kamala Devi Harris, UK Labour leader, hits back at Trump. "We love our health system." Dem senators tell Trump he doesn't have legal authority to launch preemptive strike on North Korea. British Health Secretary fires back at Trump over universal health care claims. More, California. Trevor Heinrich lawmakers scold Trump official over Pacific Island Trust Fund. Dem senators tell Trump he doesn't have legal authority to launch preemptive strike on North Korea. Overnight energy, Trump signs solar tariffs, energy officials say bomb cyclone justifies coal push, Trump chemical safety pick leaving EPA. More, NM, and Tom Udall Stewart Udall whip list. Shutdown looms as Senate lacks votes to pass House spending bill. Dems harden line on stopgap measure. Overnight finance, shutdown drama grips Capitol, White House backs short-term spending bill, Mulvaney begins Consumer Bureau shakeup. More, NM, withheld their votes until it was clear the measure could not get to 60, and then voted against it. The centrist deal, backed by Senators Susan Margaret Collins McConnell, whoever gets to 60 wins on immigration. GOP senators turning Trump immigration framework into legislation. Longtime Clinton confidant blames Comey for 2016 loss. More, Maine, Jeff Lane Flake McConnell, whoever gets to 60 wins on immigration. Huckabee Sanders, Dems need to decide if they hate Trump more than they love this country. Trump spokeswoman fires back at Flake, his numbers are in the tank. More, Arizona, and Lindsey Graham McConnell, whoever gets to 60 wins on immigration. Overnight tech, Uber exec says no justification for covering up hack, Apple considers battery rebates, regulators talk Bitcoin, SpaceX launches world's most powerful rocket. Overnight cybersecurity, Tillerson proposes new cyber bureau at state, Senate bill would clarify cross-border data rules, Uber exec says no justification for covering up breach. More, SC, and other Republicans, represented perhaps the best chance to advance legislation in the Senate, but was opposed by Trump and his allies in part because it did not cover all 4 immigration pillars he had demanded. 2 other amendments were rejected before the vote. The first, a bipartisan proposal from Senators Christopher Coons Andrew Coons. Overnight cybersecurity, Tillerson proposes new cyber bureau at state, Senate bill would clarify cross-border data rules, Uber exec says no justification for covering up breach. Hatch bill would dramatically increase H-1B visas live coverage, shutdown begins. More, Dell, and John Sidney McCain McConnell, whoever gets to 60 wins on immigration. Meghan McCain, Melania is my favorite Trump, by far. Kelly says Trump not likely to extend DACA deadline. More, Republican Arizona, fell in a 52-47 vote. The second measure, which would have cracked down on cities that don't comply with federal immigration laws, also fell in a 55-44 vote. Advertisement Senate will now vote on a measure mirroring Trump's proposed immigration deal, but it is also expected to fail. That will leave Congress with an uncertain path on immigration ahead of a March 5 deadline set by the president. The centrist bill would have allowed about 1.8 million immigrants brought to the United States illegally as children to remain, providing them an eventual pathway to citizenship. It also included $25 billion in border security and would have prevented the parents of Dreamers from being sponsored for citizenship. This is the only bill that has a chance to get through the United States Senate, Senator Angus Stanley King. Senator King, releasing memo would be reckless, could expose sources. The Hill's 1230 report. Azar sworn in as HHS chief. More, said during a press conference ahead of the vote. Trump and conservatives criticized the bill for what it lacked: broad changes to family-based or chain immigration and the elimination of the diversity visa lottery program. 2 demands from the president. It is not clear whether the bill would have moved in the House, though its passage by the Senate would have increased pressure on Speaker Paul Davis McConnell, whoever gets to 60 wins on immigration. Overnight defense, latest on spending fight, House passes stopgap with defense money while Senate nears 2-year budget deal. Pentagon planning military parade for Trump, Afghan war will cost B in 2018. House passes stopgap spending measure with defense money. More, Republican Wisconsin. The White House, in warning the president would veto it, said the bill would undermine the safety and security of American families and impede economic growth for American workers and result in a flood of new illegal immigration in the coming months. The Department of Homeland Security separately said the proposal ignores the lessons of 9/11 and destroys the ability of the department to remove undocumented immigrants from the country. Graham fired back that the statement was poisonous and the department should say thank you whenever they get an offer that includes money for the U.S.-Mexico border wall. In an early sign that the bill would fall short, Senator Bob Corker Robert, Bob, Phillips Corker Pentagon, wore in.